Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have Dr. K's Exotic Animal ER. This is obviously an animal hospital that is somewhere in Broward County in Florida. This is a series that took place from 2014 to 2021. It's 9 seasons. There's some of them are shorter, like 6 episodes, and some are a bit longer, a little bit more, like twice that. Each of them are about 44 minutes long each, and we get to follow along with Dr. K and her team as they take care of animals that are just a little bit on the odd side, a little bit unusual. I mean, we might maybe have little tiny pigs. Maybe I got a raccoon or a prairie dog or okay, parrots aren't really that exotic too much. I mean, I guess it's anything other than puppies and kittens and things like that. It's a pretty broad range of things. So you get to see a snake in a cast, or at least in bandages. So there's all sorts of stuff going on at her place, and they go through a number of animals throughout this first episode. And you notice that the crew, unless I missed it, I did look away for a good amount of it. Hey, call me a wuss, but I'm just not really into seeing cute, adorable animals covered in blood and and being going through surgery. It's just not my thing. It's like watching children go through that thing. I just wouldn't want to do that. It's just yeah. They they start off also being that there's mainly women that work in these places. It might be a reason because every once in a while you need to do some neutering, and one of the very first things you get to see in the very first episode is a rat getting a snip, losing the balls. In fact, there's one point the girl who has to do this is that balls are balls. Just basically her attitude on handling these things, and it's fairly graphic and it's medical. There's certainly nothing that's meant to be titillating whatsoever, but it is. There's a little bit of blood if you're not handling blood. For me, I can handle blood. It's just that I ate just before watching this. So there's a lot of surgical, like up close and personal. Whether it's parrots. I think there's at least 2 parrots in this. Um, Prairie dogs, just all different types of animals that you get to see them work on. And so yeah, for those who are like looking for a career in veterinary practices and you love animals and you want them to be healthy and happy and safe and just live long lives as companions to the people who love them as well. If you're thinking about going into this is pretty much a good primer to get an idea of what it would be like to be a doctor and or a lab assistant or anything else along those lines on a team like this that saves the lives of animals of all types. And they've got to be disciplined in all different types of care, whether it's making sure they get the right amount of uh, anesthetic, that's the word I was looking for, anesthetic, and just knowing that how fragile some of their little tiny bones, like for the parrots, are. So just the slightest too much pressure can change everything. You also get what else did they do? They did prairie dogs, raccoons. They had a bunny. The bunny had a sinus surgery, like to the point where they had to do some work that's literally a centimeter or two away from their brain. Like one wrong move, and that bunny is a vegetable. It's it's not pretty. But again, this is the kind of show that usually, and I don't think nothing went wrong in this episode, but in most cases, you're going to see an animal come in distress. It's an ER. Uh, Somebody's pet comes in, they bring in their pet and put it in the hands of these young women, and there is Art Edmonds is the narrator. For a minute there, I thought he was working on the team, and I just didn't see him. But no, it's mostly women. And you get to see them work their magic and use their formidable skill to save some lives and make the lives better of animals who are really harmed. There's one, I think one person who brought in a raccoon that lived with them, that they raised themselves. And there's another situation where they are able to capture a raccoon who was hit by a car recently, and was able to bring that in and nurture it. And she was in bad shape, just very, very scrawny. And one of the most unsettling things you see was when they try to put them to sleep. They put them in a clear tub, close the lid, and pump in some gas to make them sleepy. And you just see them like stumbling around inside there, hitting the sides, and it's a little unsettling. But they're just like, do 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 do. This is, oh, there he goes. I mean, part of that feels like it would be, oh, I'm not getting any air. But the other part is, yeah, you're getting mostly gas, and it'll work that much faster. And hopefully in that time, they'll be able to get the job done faster and the animal healed. So this is definitely for the person who loves animals, loves exotic animals, strange and unusual ones that aren't, your usual puppies and kitties. We might have some in future episodes. You never know. It's a long series. But for the most part, you're going to see some very strange options for pets. And yeah, you got to be on your toes when it comes to the options of treatment for each type of it. How you handle a snake is not the same as how you handle a bunny or a turtle or parrot or whatever. So yeah, definitely check this out. If you're looking at a future of this, it's not all hugs and happiness. It's hard work, and it should only be taken on by somebody who's really dedicated to really getting in there, getting their hands a little bloody, and helping those animals come back from the brink in many cases. So let's pick tomorrow's episode. 61. 61 is... Oh, okay. Now, we've had documentaries for like the last 4 episodes or so, and we are coming down to our 6-year anniversary, not tomorrow, but the day after. And out of all the things we have, a majority of the items we have left on the list are documentaries. Just the way it is. There's a lot of, well, it's in the documentary category. There's reality shows, documentaries, docuseries, concerts, live performances of any other type, behind-the-scenes stuff. It's all just sort of non-scripted, technically, non-scripted stuff, and that are not also movies or like TV series. So, but this is actually, while it may seem like a lot of the stuff on here is mostly documentaries, this is more of a docu-series that is definitely different from animals or science or outer space or under the sea kind of stuff. This one is about a series, the very first of its kind from Pixar. This is the making of the Pickles, called Meet the Pickles. The making of Win or Lose. I will be surprised if we get the whole story, because it is the kind of thing that came with a lot of controversy in its making, and it took a long time for it to get released. And if you haven't seen the series yet, I highly recommend doing that. But I'll talk about all that tomorrow when we watch, think of that again, Meet the Pickles, the making of Win or Lose on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.